Hey, what's up, guys? I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I wanted to share with you guys a theory that I have as far as boost control. I've been having a serious issue with this boost control. Like when I go to the dome control setup, if I set all these settings up, I can't seem to get the thing to do what I want it to do. Even no matter what I do on the controller setup or target rate limiter, P, I, D term, doesn't matter what I do, the thing will overshoot. It'll hit at least 20 pounds of boost. Even if I'm commanding 4 pounds of boost, it'll hit at least 20 before the thing ever starts to even activate it. And I'm running the dome sensor connected to the map sensor. So basically, when I have a boost versus gear, so for instance here, first gear, 4 pounds of boost, right? And it's looking for dome pressure. It's actual 4 pounds of dome pressure. So my dome is hooked up to my map sensor and it's scaled correctly. I've data logged it. It reads right, everything. The dome map will hit 20 pounds of boost before it ever drops the solenoid duty cycle below 100%. And I don't know why it does that. What's weird is it worked when I had the LSA map, but I'm running a custom 4-bar, the one that Sloppy, for those of you guys that watch Sloppy, the one that Sloppy just posted a little while ago. I'm running that on as far as my map sensor. And if I show you my dome sensor, under inputs, outputs, dome map, configure, I have it configured the same way. Voltage versus pressure. And custom 4-bar PSI, blah, blah, blah. I got it all set up and it just does not work. Anyway, I got tired of messing with it, decided to make my own quote-unquote closed loop system. So I was going to get your thoughts on this if you guys think it'll work. I haven't been able to test it because it's been raining. But if you go to my outputs here, this is my map. Oh, sorry. Let me go back here just a second. On my output here. Okay, so I got a wastegate plus and a wastegate negative. What I did is I put a solenoid going to the bottom, the line that goes to the bottom of the wastegate, that helps push it open, and a line going to the top, the dome, that helps push it closed. So I call it wastegate negative and wastegate positive. So I got two solenoids. So on the wastegate negative, I would go in here, set it up. This output will activate when map is above 4 psi, and make sure there's no other switched inputs. Make sure that is set to AND, or I guess it doesn't really matter. I think you need to set it to AND. Probably doesn't matter if that one's at 0. But anyway, it activates once we get above 4 psi and deactivates when I get below 2, because I'm never going to want to command anything less than 6 psi in any situation anyway. I was commanding earlier, you see me at 4, but that was just because I was trying to test the system. And it didn't matter, even when I tried it at 10 psi, it would still overshoot clear over to 20 pounds before the thing would start to react, and I was tired of that. But anyway, this is how I have it set up. I have fixed pulse width modulation, 18 frequency hertz, table units is duty cycle, RPM, and target boost. Now, we've seen Sloppy do this before, for those of you guys that watch him as well as me, but I went out and tested, and this is what my system wants. For instance, at 16 pounds, if I put 12% duty cycle, that's what it does. At 10 pounds, if I put 50% duty cycle, it runs 10 pounds of boost. So my target actually matches my actual boost. And at 5 pounds, 87, 4 pounds, 100%. All that is right. Now, I wanted to find a way. Well, here's the issue you run into. Let's say you punch the truck or the car, whatever, and you're commanding 10 pounds of boost, right? But the actual boost is 1 pound. Well, as soon as we hit 4 pounds, it'll activate the duty solenoid cycle at 50% because I got it set at 50%. So I got to thinking, the problem with that is since the solenoid's only running at 50%, it lets the air into the wastegate a lot slower than if it was at 100%, right? Or vice versa. If it was at 0%, everything just happens a lot slower, so it's slower to react. So let's just say I get up to speed, I'm running 10 pounds of boost. It's at 50% duty cycle. I then want to command 16 pounds of boost with a scramble button. It goes to 12%. And that small percentage from 50 to 12 will make the wastegate react quite slowly, which is what I didn't like, because I'd hit the scramble button and the boost would come in, but it'd come in really slow because there's just a small percentage of change in the duty cycle. So then I got to thinking, well, what if instead of RPM, I set this to boost and I match this. Well, let me just open my other tune here. That's be easier than trying to set this all up. So this is what I did. So I got my every 2 psi increments up to 30 on target boost and as well on boost. So actual boost. So now let's say I want 10 pounds of boost. Target boost, 10 pounds of boost right here, 50% duty cycle if the actual boost is at 10 psi. However, if my current boost is at 6 psi, but my target is 10, but my actual is 6, it will shut that solenoid off. So it will not send air to the bottom of the gate, therefore giving it more spring pressure. And then all of a sudden I get to 8, it starts to ramp in the duty cycle. And by the time I get to 10 pounds, it's right on 50, where it's supposed to be. However, if it overshoots, it will give it more duty cycle and bring the boost back down to 10 psi. Anyway, that's the map I got set up. Let me know what you guys think of that. And I know that my bottom of my wastegate, it will only go up to 18 pounds. So I wanted to use this to also put pressure to the top of the gate and do the same thing. So there I went back to my outputs, wastegate positive, configure. Same thing, I have it activate at 5 and deactivate at 4. And now I do it the other way around here. Let's say my boost pressure is 10 pounds and I want 10 pounds. We put 0 duty cycle on top of the gate because the bottom of the gate's controlling that. The negative solenoid is controlling it. However, if the boost is down below, let's say at 8 pounds, it'll put 25% duty cycle on the top of the wastegate to help close that valve to bring it in faster, which really, since my spring pressure alone will go up to 18, I probably don't need to use any of this area down here, or for sure I should probably make it less aggressive. Maybe set these 25%ers up to about 16 pounds, set them all to 0. So the top of the wastegate won't really do anything unless it's within 4 psi of its target. But this is the thing I haven't tested yet, but I'm guessing around 5% on top of the gate will get me 20 psi, and 20% on top of the gate will get me 30. That's my guess, if the bottom of the gate is at 0. So as you can see, I ramp the percentage in according to how far off the boost is. So anyway, this is an idea I just came up with, and I'm thinking it'll work. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. I will be testing it once the rain stops, maybe here in a few days, and I'll make another video showing how it works, see how good it works. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.